I present Fathers for Children. It is a registered association. We are over 1,000 present and past members and supporting members. We have over 10,000 Facebook fans. I mention this because we have more fans than any other child or divorce-focused actor in Finland. We are a member of the Central Union for Child Welfare. Yes. I will first speak of the incidence or prevalence of parental alienation. 30% of Finnish children of divorced parents essentially lose contact with the other parent in Finland. If the other parent remarries, 37% of Finnish children in blended families do not have contact with their other parent. These are alarming figures. I think they are truly alarming. A third of kids lose contact. What is the cause? We don't know. No doubt some share is due to parental alienation. I use a very conservative estimate from the literature, which says that 2 or 4% of children of divorced parents become alienated in a deep sense of losing contact altogether. And that means that in Finland, 900 kids or so lose contact with their parent each year because of parental alienation. Within Finnish terms, that is a huge figure in my opinion. People are silent on it. People are not keen to say that, hey, my kids don't want to be in contact with me. People are ashamed. This is something which is uncovered. It is not on display. Please. The consequences are severe and develop in the long run. Child is manipulated to hate one half of himself or herself. Depression, low self-esteem, difficulties in constituting human relationships, alcohol and drug abuse, etc. are the kind of consequences, sad consequences for life of children who have been victims of parental alienation. Targeted parents are less researched, but there is some research about them as well. An alienated child may be more difficult to overcome than death of a child, because the parent always kind of thinks that, what about tomorrow? Will he or she contact? So it's hard to kind of leave a topic behind. It's never kind of an issue which has been overcome. Suicide thoughts and attempts have been uncovered. So people who identify themselves as targeted parents have told researchers that they have had such ideas. Do note that we don't have responses from the targeted parents who have succeeded in their attempt. We only can hear those voices who are still with us. In extreme cases, an alienating parent may kill one's own child. I have been in contact with the father. His case was widely reported in the Finnish press because his wife killed his children. The press didn't tell that the mother was an alienator. The father told me that he was an alienator, and that is the reason, because he was about to lose the kids to the father. He wasn't willing to give them. That's the reason he killed her own children. So they can be as extreme, this extreme, well, it couldn't be more extreme. Treatment. Unification programs have been developed. They are presently under study. The results are promising. Even teens, severely alienated teens, have been able to restore a loving relationship with the other parent, with a targeted parent, the parent they previously had lost from their lives. The most important treatment is, in my opinion, to develop preventive kind of, to develop the system, the social system and the justice system to prevent such cases. Presently, divorce generates fears of losing one's child, like we have heard today already. So how can that be? In a modern society, one has to be afraid of losing one's own child. That is a weird idea, but it is reality. How can that be? It is a recipe for high conflict divorces. There is a paradox, in my opinion. Before divorce, fathers are invited to parenting, take care of kids, they are your kids, all the fathers welcome. Divorce happens, fathers are pushed away. No, now they are kind of mother's property. I think this is a paradox. And it doesn't reflect real life. It reflects the system we have created ourselves, which encourages this kind of acting. The conventions should be such that they allow children to benefit from the love of their both parents. Laws should be tuned to work toward it. I will tell you about the legislation of Finland and the legislative needs. I no doubt there are similar problems in the EU countries in general. The Finnish custodial law, paragraph 1, says that the bond between the child and both parents is a key issue. In practice, there is a huge gap between the law and how the law is practiced. The bond is not truly protected. The law is based on the idea of the best interest of a child. That's a very nice idea, but this is another concept which is so elastic. Anything can be justified because of a best interest of a child. Now, one problem is that the law applies only to pre-12-year-olds, old children, because there is no possibility really to execute law orders if a child is over 12 years of age. I mentioned the unification programs. One needs a court order for kids to be, so that we could put kids into such programs. Likewise, or related, Finnish law doesn't allow the court to order the alienating parent to psychological inspection or a related program either, I mean related to this unification, unification programs. Presently, the execution of visiting rights is toothless in Finland. Enforcement of court orders in general are toothless in Finland. Parental alienation is mental violence. Kids should be protected from it. I wonder why the law doesn't reflect this idea that in this area kids need protection. If you read research on mental and physical violence, you will learn, perhaps surprisingly, that mental violence has more long-lasting consequences than physical violence. I assure you, this is the case you will find from research. So mental violence is the most severe kind of violence. If there is sexual abuse, the mental aspect of it is the more damaging than the physical act. Thank you. Well, finally, I mentioned let's go beyond gender. Fathers face these problems and fathers speak more of it, but mothers are as well targeted parents. I mentioned here a grandmother, professional in education. She wrote to our association and requests sanctioning of parental alienation. It should be sanctioned because she has seen the consequences in her grandchildren. There are promising signs 2 days ago of a Finnish female Green Party MP, professional in education with a career in child protection. She posed a question to the head of a Finnish parliament: what will the government do to prevent parental alienation and protect children from it? So I think we have good signs here, and we should encourage those. Thank you very much.